Yo, what up here? How you doing, guys? My name is Sanj and today I welcome you to the second installment to the Vintage Vibe series. The concept for this series is real simple, guys. Just take £50, go to your favourite vintage or charity store and buy whatever you can find within that price limit. And obviously this isn't just a series for myself. I'm more than happy to share it with you guys. So if you guys also want to take part in this sort of challenge or whatever, do upload the video with either hashtag vintage vibes or vintage vibes in the title, and I'd love to take a look at it. So for today's selection, I picked up all the pieces from one of my favourite stores in London called Blitz. It's located in Brick Lane. On this day I actually took my friend who came down from Brighton, came down or up, whatever. And so I was slightly over budget because she was telling me to buy everything basically. I still managed to keep it within a certain limit, but I was slightly a touch. I think it was 10 quid over the budget. So I've got three pieces for you today: a jumper, some trousers, and a whole sort of body jumpsuit thing. I just wanted to take this opportunity as well to kind of explain to you that I sort of buy vintage clothing to then be able to customise them. Obviously you're paying a cheaper price than what they would normally retail for, so I kind of go in, find some stuff that I know that I can take apart and reconstruct and play around with. Now don't get me wrong, some pieces I do wear as they are, but for the majority, especially today, you'll see 2 out of the 3 I did customise heavily, and then the third one I just got it tapered, so take a look. Okay, so the first piece that I picked up was this striped jumper, this knitted striped jumper from this brand called Luminar, which is based in France and it still makes their garments in France. But as you can see, I've completely torn it apart. So as many of you have seen the Yeezy Season 1 collection from the collaboration with Adidas, and they had a lot of sick shredded jumper. Not only did I want to buy it, I actually wanted to see if I can wear it confidently. I mean, it's easier when you look at it on pictures than when you actually wear it. And so I went out, bought a jumper that I knew I could kind of take apart and play around with and shred completely. And so this was the final outcome. Obviously you'll see all the items I'm wearing. I've kind of shot a sort of mini lookbook, not really, I just wanted to show you guys how each piece is fit properly, and so you'll be able to see that in the following sort of minute or so. So for the customization process, so this jumper, it was just shredding it to pieces and then adding a YKK zip down the bottom. I kind of wanted to do the whole inverted zip so you can kind of show off what you're layering underneath. It's a really nice touch and I like it, so I went with it. Unfortunately though, I didn't take into consideration that because it was a knitted fabric, it does sort of this sort of curl. Ideally I would have loved it if it was just a straight line, but it does curl a bit, but then again it kind of adds to it. So just shredded it, cut off obviously the neckline. It still features some, I don't know if the camera will be able to focus on that, but it does feature some, well, let me just get rid of the hanger, some buttons on the neck, and then I cut off the neckline, shredded the edges so it goes with the look, and then at the bottom as well, all shredded. You'll all be able to see it on the look. Because it's a jumper and I'm wearing it with some trousers, I just thought I'd show you both the trousers and the jumper at the same time before going into the lookbook section. So onto the trousers. Okay, so next up we've got some vintage leather trousers. These are indeed women's trousers, made in Italy, 100% real leather, which again is a bargain for the price that I got them from. I personally, when it comes to, for example, denim shirts, these sorts of leather trousers and any sort of leather, I'd go vintage. Obviously you do kind of want to buy leather jackets brand new and then break them in, but if it's something along the lines of these trousers, you can always go vintage. They're cheaper, you'll know they'll be sourced well as well, because previous to our current fast-paced fashion environment, everything was made with quality. And so these were indeed women's leather trousers, made in Italy, 100% real leather, as I said. They feature some pockets on the side, which was the selling, I don't know if you were able to pick that out, pockets on the side, which was for me the selling point, because the other trousers that they had were just bland and looked boring. So these were indeed super baggy at first. As you can see, I kind of left it baggy on top. They do have a side opening, so you do the button and then the side you got the zip, and that's how you kind of get into the trousers, which you won't find in a lot of menswear garment. But as I said, because you'll be wearing it with t-shirts that will just go on top, you won't be able to see that. They've got this sort of high waistband, sit quite high as well, and then what I did was just taper them to the, once it got past the knee, and added a YKK silver zip on each of the leg. Now I did kind of screw it up, but there it kind of looks cool as well, and I left the bottoms raw. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up, hopefully you will. So that's the trousers. Boom, absolute bargain. They look sick on as well. finally we've got, well, in my opinion, the most daring pieces out of all three, and all three are quite daring as it is. It is this vintage army jumpsuit, or whatever you want to call it, coveralls. I know it goes everywhere, so I'm just going to keep it here. You'll be able to see it again later on, how it fits on the body. It just says coveralls, flyers, men, summer, fire resistant, in a sage green colour, USAF. So I initially thought it was something to do with the Air Force, their base layers, but I could be wrong. The only thing that needed to be done to them was tapering at the legs, so I did taper the bottom. They do feature a zip, so although once again I wanted these to go extremely skinny, so I'd be able to wear it both with loafers and with boots. I believe in the lookbook, I'm just showing it to you with some Doc Martens, but I have worn this in formal occasions. Well, not super formal, but formal end of the occasions, with some brown loafers and a shirt inside, so it can be worn. It is, despite what you may think, it's quite versatile. This is obviously not a day-to-day sort of look. I'm only wearing it on special occasions or whenever the event calls for it. My next probably wear out of this will be when I go to some festivals, and obviously it's festival season approaching, so this is, in my opinion, perfect. Can be worn with boots, proper shoes and trainers. Trainers, you'll get a lot of good wear out of them. So that is that for the final piece. Take a look. And that is it for the second episode of Vintage Vibe. It felt good to kind of speak to the camera once again after a long time of just doing these sort of lookbooks video and with James on the Lobby Adventure series. And so let me know which one was your favourite pieces, as again, just don't be afraid to just go to the vintage stores, buy the pieces and experiment. I mean, especially now that I found out that the Easy collection jumpers will retail anywhere between £800 to £1,000. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to afford one, and so I'm kind of glad I did this and experimented myself. I know it looks a bit crazy, but I kind of like it, and plus if you wear it confidently then it will look sick anyway. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for the support, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Have a beautiful day. Peace.